welcome to how to make buckboard bacon at home part 2. And today's video I think you're going to find highly interesting, if not also highly, maybe possibly entertaining as well. Reason being is because yesterday we had a little bit of a storm come through here, and it laid down sleet, freezing rain for about 6 hours, and then turned around and snowed on top of it for about 4 or 5 hours. And right now, last time I checked, it was 9 degrees out here. And so I'm going to try to take this buckboard bacon out of the cure and take it out there and put it onto a smoker, and hopefully be able to get the internal temperature up to about 150 degrees Fahrenheit in a 9 degree, or the high is supposed to be 15 today, so there you go. And so this could be a highly entertaining adventure here. And I think what I'll do, if I cannot get it up to 150 degrees out there in the smoker, is what I plan to do is smoke it for about 4 hours, and then I'll bring it in here into the oven and finish it off, getting it up to that 150 degrees temperature, to where it will then be able to be fried, or however we want to fix it. And so that's the plan for the day. So let's get turned around and see where we're going here. Alright folks, so if you haven't seen it, you probably want to go back and look at how to make buckboard bacon at home part 1, and that'll take you through the brining process. Now, it's been in the brine now for about 8 days. I had originally intended to do this video yesterday, but as I told you, we had that big storm come through, and so that did not happen. But it's been in here about 8 days. It's probably about double what was needed in order to brine this meat, due to the thickness of the meat. And you know, brining is kind of a science now, so it's been in there like double what was needed. But is that going to be a problem? Is it going to make the meat too salty? The answer is no. There's this thing called equilibrium, and equilibrium tells you that the meat can't get saltier than what the brine you put it in was. In other words, it cannot keep absorbing salt out of the brine once the salt level in the meat comes up to the salt level in the brine. And so you reach what's called equilibrium, and it will not continue getting more and more salty. It's impossible for the meat to become more salty than what the brine on the outside is. It's just impossible. Scientifically impossible. So there's not going to be any problem there. My next mission right now is that I am going to get the meat out of the bucket here and onto my tray. And so in order to do that, I'm going to take the bucket over here to the sink and get it dumped out. Alright folks, so we've got our meat out of the bucket and everything. We've got it sitting here. And now I've seen some recipes online where they tell you that, or on YouTube, where they tell you that you need to dry the meat off. I'm going to contradict that a little bit, in that if you've ever smoked meat, you know that meat that is wet or damp takes smoke better than meat that is dry. And so for that reason, I am not going to worry about drying this meat off before I put it out on the smoker. And we're going to leave it as is. But now it's time to go outside and see what we're dealing with. I have not been outside yet to survey the situation, but we're about ready to go there. So let's see what we're getting into. Alright, well, there's Betty Lou. We're not going to be using Betty Lou today. No need to fire the big baby up until I've got more meat to put on there. What we are going to use is going to be Becky the Brinkman. And if you see this wire coming out here, that's actually one of my temperature probes. And so my first mission is to get this thing cleaned off a little bit. And actually my first mission is to get my chickens fed and watered. They like to eat once in a while. So I'll be back here in just a little bit as soon as I get this cleaned off, and then I've also got to clean the ash out of the inside of the firebox from what was it we smoked the other day on, oh, the ribs. And you can find that video up here in the top right hand corner. So my chickens need fed. I've actually got 14 of them in there. They're hiding in the coop, which I don't blame them. It's plenty cold out here. In this weather, I have to take this inside and fill it up with warm water so I can water them. Okay, so not only did I feed them some pelletized chicken food, in this kind of weather it's very important. Whole corn is great for them. Holy smoke. If you can see the layer of ice right there. It is about 2.5 inches thick. Guess what? This is maybe a different story over here. Yeah, these hinges are frozen tight, but God has blessed man with the ability to make tools, and we can handle this. Give me a minute. Okay, so it's my hinges I was trying to get thawed out here. I'll be coming back to this in a little bit. I don't know how snow got inside here a little bit, but it's there. Alright, so my fingers are getting numb already. It's not going to be long. I'm going to have to go inside for a few and get my fingers thawed out. And I've got glove liners inside these gloves. I'm still getting to be expected numb fingers. So, my next mission, after I thaw out my fingers, I got to get the ash cleaned out of the bottom in there. I could probably do it with the ash in there without cleaning it out, but I just do it that way. I'm going to apologize now for the wind. You see, just like that hinge is froze up again. So hopefully here, very shortly, I'll get this thing heated up, and that won't be an issue. So I keep this faux solo cup out here. I'm surprised it hasn't just gotten so brittle that it just fell apart on me here. Well, folks, I don't know what time my battery died, but I have been able to get a fire going in here. And apparently seems as though that maybe my batteries don't so well like the cold out here. I don't know. So anyway, I switched batteries, and I've got a fresh one in here. It says it's full charge. We'll see how this works out. But I took my camera inside, and of course the lens fogged up. So like I said, it's going to be an entertaining day, I think. Alright, we got us a healthy fire going on in here. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Start bringing our cook temperature up, or cook chamber up temperature. How about that? And it's going to burn a lot of energy getting all this smoke and ice. You see it melting already that fast. But in the meantime, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to finish prepping my bacon for the smoker. So let's head inside. Okay, so I've decided I am going to go ahead and rinse these off before I go put them on the smoker. So let me get that done. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've rinsed these off. I've got right now what I have deemed to be the bottom, which is usually the leaner side. I like to have the fat up so it can kind of naturally baste. And all I'm going to do is give these a liberal coat of black pepper. There should be plenty of salt already from the brine. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I do like some black pepper, so a heavy coat's not going to bother me. And I haven't sneezed yet. Let's go out and check our fire. I think it'll be about ready to put these on. Okay, we're rolling a little smoke here. That's a good sign. Got a fire going in here. Now my wood did get a little damp in the storm. Actually, looks like I could use some more charcoal in there. Seems to be burning it pretty quick. So that's a little bit of the reason for the smoke you're seeing. Alright, so let's see what we look at. Notice my hinge is working much better now that all the ice has been melted off the cook chamber. See there? Alright, so I'm going to put a little more charcoal on here and bring my meat out. Okay, this might be a little tricky. I actually got liners under my gloves, not because of the temperature of the meat or the smoker, but because of the cold temperature outside. I'll set these as far back from the fire as I can. Especially those smaller pieces that I plan on using for seasoning. Now my goal is to keep this as close to 225 as possible. Like I said, we want an internal temperature of 150 degrees on this bacon. I need to get this thing cleaned up. I'm going to see if I can find a spare thermometer lead. It's not encased in ice inside. I think I got one. And get my ThermPro thermometer. If you haven't seen that video, check it up in the right hand corner. You'll see it. I'll link to it. And so I'm going to get inside and clean this off. And hey, we'll be checking back. Okay, so I did find my spare thermometer lead that's not encrusted in ice. And I've got it in there, and I'm reading the smoker temperature at the moment, and it says 125 degrees. I still need to put some more charcoal on there, as I said a minute ago. That's coming up real quick, actually. And like I said, I want to try to keep this at 225. Look at that, folks. I can't believe I got this temperature up to 168 or 268 degrees. I'm gonna have to cut down on some air here. I can't believe that at 10 degrees outside, or 10 to 15 degrees outside. This is a good problem to have. Okay, so it's been about an hour now, and seems like maybe I need to, well, one piece of wood is like totally gone. That piece of hickory that was back in the back. And maybe I need to throw some more charcoal in here as well. See what our meat looks like real quick. Oh, that's looking real good. I think about another hour I'll start checking the internal temps on those. And so let me get some more charcoal thrown in here and bring my temperature back up. Okay, so I threw another piece of hickory in there, and here shortly it'll probably start rolling some white smoke, and that's to be expected. And if you haven't looked, you might want to check out my video on offset smoker fire management, and you'll know. It'll smoke at first while this is catching on, and then it'll come back down. Check up in the right hand corner, see the link. Alright folks, it's been about 2 hours now. I've been doing pretty good at keeping it around 225. Even at 225 you can hear some. Alright, so I have no clue what to expect temperature wise here. Like 137, 138, 138, 147 back there, 135, this little one, How about this little one? We'll see. It's like 153. I guess it's ready to come off. I have to go get myself a pan. The rest of it needs to go for quite a while yet. Okay, so it has been 3 hours now. Whoops, wrong direction. And it's time to temp these again. Turn my thermometer on. There it's reading. 46, 27, ooh, 154, 155, 153. That one's done. 143. Note to self: make a left-handed thermometer for people, YouTubers, that have to have a camera in their right hand. 146, 143, 139. How can it be? 135. How can it be that this one out here, the thickest one, is done? And this is 144 right there. Kooky. Okay, I'm gonna leave these all in for a while longer yet. Alright, well, it has now been 4 hours. About what I think it was gonna take to finish these off. 140. That one's done. This one needs a little longer yet. Alright folks, it's time to get this last one off of here. Ooh, looks good too. Let's wait till I get this inside to show you. Alright folks, well look at that. Boy, I can't tell you how excited I am to give this a good try. You can see how juicy that is. And there's actually like a puddle right here. Folks, it's time to cut a little bit of this, maybe fry a little piece up. I've always been a big believer of saving the best to last, and so for that reason I'm going to start with the thinnest one. Ooh-wee. I hope you can see how beautifully pink. It's from the curing. I don't have a meat slicer, so you see how I'm doing it. But with a good sharp knife, I can cut it this thin. Now the bark is kind of making it tough. Right through here where there's a fat right here, and it kind of wants to cause a little issue when I'm crossing over from this piece to this piece. I kind of put my finger on it this time. That seemed to help. Just look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Notice how much less fat there is than regular bacon. Alright, let's get it turned around. We're just going to throw some of this in the frying pan and see how it does. My skillet's just coming up to temperature. That's enough to give me a taste test. There you have it, folks. Look at that. No oil added and none taken away. There is some oil in the skillet here. But certainly nothing as if that was, let's see, about 6 or 7 strips of bacon. I'll have to let this cool for just a minute before I go sticking it in my mouth. Looky there. That's some beautiful bacon. Alright. I am looking forward to this. Wow, folks, this is delicious. And I don't often use that word. It reminds me somewhat of country ham, if you know what a country ham tastes like. It's deliciously salty. Oh, this will make a great bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Wow. This is beautiful, folks. Now then, if you're not a fan of salt, what you might want to do is, when it came out of the brine, soak it in water for about an hour. Empty the water out, then take it out to the smoker. Me, personally, I love salty pork. So this is nothing to me, other than the fact that I'll need a drink here shortly. I am ecstatic. Folks, do me a favor. If you like what you're seeing, down here in the bottom right hand corner, hit like and subscribe. And stay tuned. There's always more to come. This be some great seasoning bacon too. Wow.